Hi everyone, how are you? This is Joe Perez from Flipping Unleashed. Hope you're having a marvelous day today. So today we're going to talk about real estate investing, buying real property, and the pros and cons or the different ways you can make money as far as real estate investing and what it is, okay? And as usual, if you like the videos, please like them, please subscribe to my channel, follow me on social media at Flipping Unleashed, subscribe to our newsletter at flippingunleashed.com, okay? So what is real estate investing? The most powerful men in history have been real estate investors. Most people don't know that back in the days of Greece, yeah, you could vote, but only male property owners could vote. And as a matter of fact, when somebody owns land, when you pay rent, who do you pay it to? Your landlord, right? Just to give you a little information on the value of being a real estate investor. So let's talk about the three basic concepts. One is a wholesaler. A wholesaler is someone that's good at going out there and getting a real estate deal and getting it signed up, finds Mr. and Mrs. homeowner and says, hi, I'd like to buy your home, and they say no problem. And then what he does, he or she, when they write up the contract, you know, let's say it's me doing the wholesale, I'm Joe Perez. So what I'm gonna do is on the contract, I'm gonna write as the buyer, Joe Perez and or assigns. And the and or assigns means that I can transfer my deal to someone else. It means the seller is agreeing to selling it to me or someone I transfer to. So when I get that contract signed, it's a good deal. Let's say I'm buying this home for $300,000. Let's say it's worth $450,000, right? I can take that $300,000 contract and go to another guy and say, hey, Bob, I've got this $300,000 contract to buy this home that's worth $450,000. Give me $10,000 and I'll assign it to you. And that's my assignment fee, okay? Now, let's talk about the pros and cons of that part. Well, some people love wholesaling because it allows them to get in and out fast. You don't have to wait for the property, for the homeowner to leave the home. You don't have to wait to rehab the home and wait until you resell it. You get your money right then and there on the spot and you can move on, and it gives you all kinds of flexibility. If you hear those sounds, it's because I'm over here in my backyard enjoying wind chimes. I love them. So now that's the pro. One of the cons is you don't make as much as far as like per deal because you're not sticking it out. You're not remodeling the home or anything else like that, okay? But some people just love wholesaling and they don't make a lot, necessarily a ton of money per deal, but they do a lot of deals and they do really well. Now, the second way is you actually buy the property. You come out and actually outright own the property, you remodel it and you sell it, okay? Well, what's some of the pros and cons? Well, the pro on that one is the obvious. You get a nice check at the end, right? You make a lot of money. If you bought it right and you remodeled it right, and watch my video that I give you tips on when and how to make money during deals. It's already out there on my YouTube channel. You should get a really nice check, okay? So that's the pro. Well, what's the con? The con is it takes the longest. When you buy a home from someone, you got to give them time to move out. Sometimes they need 30 days, sometimes they need longer than that to move out. So you got to wait that time for them to move out. And then there's a good chance the home's going to be a pretty good fixer, a serious fixer. I found that my best deals were really hardcore fixers, so it's going to need a lot of work. Sometimes it might take you a few months to fix the home up. Well, then after you fix the home up, then what do? Well, you put it on the market. If you've done your job right and hopefully you're in a good market, you'll probably sell it in a couple weeks. Sometimes it might take a month, but usually you can sell it in 2 to 4 weeks max if you're priced right and everything else makes sense. And then that buyer, they take time because they have to get a loan. Usually they're not going to be a cash buyer. They're going to be, someone who's going to a bank. They got to get a loan, so that might take another month, do that paperwork. So before you know it, it could be 4, 5, 6 months to turn these things around. So that's kind of the con, that it takes a while, and that's why you got to kind of like build the pipeline, right? You want to be working on several deals at once. And then finally, another way you can do it is you make money by buying the home and holding on to it. There's two avenues you can go and hold on to it. One, wait until the circumstances improve. Maybe you got some knowledge and you know that they're starting to build a new community nearby, or they're expanding the freeway, and that's going to be the introduction of more population, will introduce greater commerce, whatever. And you know that in the short term, it's good to hold it because the market is going to increase. Or maybe you bought the home in November, and Nobody really wants to put a home on the market in November, December, so you hold on to it, right? And you wait until summer, okay? So that's one way, what I call kind of like a strategic holding. There's some sort of issue, some sort of concern or whatever, so you hold on to the property, at least for the short term, and sell it when it's most beneficial. And then finally, you have long-term holds. And long-term holds, I've got many of those. Basically, they're rentals. I collect monthly income, the properties, you know, pay for themselves, hopefully, and that's one of the things. If you're gonna hold on to the property, we'll make another video another day, but there's gotta be some criteria. And one of the criteria is you wanna take a look at the debt against the home. And what do I mean? You wanna take a look at the mortgage payment, you wanna take a look at the property taxes, the insurance on the home, and you wanna add all those three up, and then you wanna look at the rental. What would it rent for? And you always want to make sure that the rental amount is going to be greater than the debt against the property. That's really important. And factor in some money for repairs and vacancy. But if you can do that, that's really, really good, so you can hold on to the properties long term. Because people are going to tell you, oh, well, I remember when properties bit down back in this day or back in that day. Listen, there's definitely sub-cycles where the value of real estate goes down. It's happened before, historically. But if you look at the primary cycle, the primary direction, what do properties do? Up. They always go up, okay? You don't find homes that had a certain price in the 50s, 60s, 70s that sell for that same price today. It doesn't happen, okay? Just like everything else in life, property values go up. And part of the reason is there's always going to be a demand for housing. A home is called real property. And real property means that it's tangible and it's immovable. It's land, right? And what does that mean? It means you can't create it. You can't go to a factory and build more land. So there's a finite amount of it. You can't make more. That makes it precious. So in the long term, if you do hold it, it will go up. I personally like to find the balance. I've wholesaled some deals in the past where I was just too busy. I had way more than I can handle. So I wholesaled some deals and I did really good, made some really nice checks, got in and out right away. I also have properties that I've held strategically. For whatever reason, I know that it was in my best interest, hold it for a while, 6 months, a year, 5 months, whatever, and I sold those, and I have a lot of rentals. And the rentals have done very well, property values have gone up. So hopefully you guys found this useful, and if you did, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and hopefully together we can grow and I can show you some really cool ways to be a successful real estate investor, okay? Hopefully you guys have a nice day.